All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Channel 6 TV, Community Focus. I'm Kenny Fogle, your host. Glad you could be with us tonight. We're going to talk about some services you may not know about. We've got here in Barge County area. We've got Mr. Lance Blanford here with us today. And Lance, first of all, thank you for taking the time to be with us today.
My pleasure. Glad to be here. Appreciate you having me.
You've been down at We Care Daycare, I guess is where a lot of people know where that's at.
Right. Yeah.
We've got two locations here in Bardstown.
Three, actually.
Three locations.
Yes, one on Frost Avenue, which is over by Taco Bell off 245, and then
I didn't know about that.
we have another location down by Whispering Wheels that's connected to Whispering Wheels, and then our Tiny Treasures location, which is located off of Bloomfield Road. It's 702 Bloomfield Road, right next to Roby's Country Gardens.
Right. Well, you know, a lot of people know about that, but they don't know about some of the services you may offer there. And I guess I stumbled on it sort of accidentally myself. I was in there talking to you about something else and found out, I'm seeing this therapeutic stuff going on. I said, what's all this, And then that's when somebody got to explain it to me. And I said, well, if I don't know about it and I try to stay on top of things, maybe people need to know about what you got going on.
Yeah. So I appreciate the opportunity to do just that, to let people know what it is that we offer. Kind of how it all started out is, I wanted an opportunity to come back to Bardstown. Obviously, I was born and raised here, and I wanted an opportunity to come back. And I was in politics, and our paths had crossed several times before that. I was in politics right out of college for about 4 years. And then, after that, my wife was pregnant with our first child, and so we were figuring out, what we were going to do, which path, and I knew I wanted to come back to Bardstown, and but I didn't really know how I would fit in. Of course, Dad, welcomed me back with open arms and to be a part of the business, but I didn't really know because I didn't know a lot about the business, and so I went back to school and I got my master's degree in special education. That's where I first started, and then I went back again and I got a master's in early childhood education, which is really benefited me with not only We Care, but also to this new business venture that I'm taking on. And once I started getting my feet wet a little bit with We Care, I just started to notice, and too, I worked at the public school system for 6 years, and through those two avenues, I just noticed that there was a lack of services, that Bardstown was missing out on, and that was in the pediatric therapy service. And occupational therapy, which does more fine motor and sensory related stuff, and then also to speech therapy, which is also probably the most needed and high demand, I would say. And then lastly, pediatric physical therapy. People were traveling all over the place: Danville, Lexington, Louisville, Bullitt County, Hardin County, to get these services. And Kenny, raising a child is busy enough, and then if you're raising a child who needs these therapeutic services on top of that, that does need has a special need, then adding that travel time on top of that is even more difficult for them. And so through the daycare, through the school system, I saw this need, and I just said, what, I'm going to go after it and see about offering the services right here in town. And so we are Bardstown's first multidisciplinary pediatric therapy facility. There's never been one like it in Bardstown. We offer the services that I just said: OT, PT, and speech. And business has been great. We've got it off to a very fast start. The community has supported us, and I'm greatly appreciative of that. I have a great group of team members that have worked with me. I've been blessed in that regard. I won't name them all, but feel free to visit partnersinpediatrictherapy.com, and all of our team members are on there. But like I said, the need was there, and through just my involvement in other practices with We Care, and like I said, with the school system, I noticed that an avenue that they're worth pursuing. Yeah. And I think it's worth pursuing anyways. I hope it has. And then, like I said, it's so far so good. But we're glad to be here. We're glad to offer it.
Well, I guess the first step is, how do you identify a child in need of care of some sort? We all have children. Some of them have different ways they do things, and the way they think, the way they act. But how do you identify somebody that you can help?
Well, it's a great question. Really, it just depends on. There's a number of different people that are involved in that child's life that can determine on whether or not that they think that they might have something worth addressing. whether it be just a parent, obviously would be the first one, or if whether it be just a familial caregiver, such as an aunt, uncle, grandparent, or whatever. And then you've got more of like your teachers and your child care facilities, and then also too your pediatricians. Those are another one that we get a lot of referrals from the pediatricians that notice that maybe that child is a little bit delayed on meeting that milestone, that developmental milestone. So that is where we get most of our referrals, and anyone can refer. You can go to, again, partnersinpediatrictherapy.com. There's an online referral right there on the webpage. Just click that and send it to us, and then we are there to help the parent in the whole entire process. It's not just we don't do just therapy, but we work from beginning to end to ensure that they are getting the services that they need. We work with the doctor's offices. We work with, obviously, the family and anybody else that is involved in that child's life to make sure that there's a good continuum of care given in that. And so I tell the families all the time, that's what we're here to do. Put that work back on us. Once you send the referral, we'll take the ball and we'll roll with it from there on, and we'll see if it's something that we can.
Is there a particular age range you're looking at? 2 to 5, 5 to whatever?
Yeah, well, like I said, we do feeding therapy, lactation consultation. So, I mean, really from birth on and until about 18 to 21 years old is what we're able to serve. The majority of our population is from birth to maybe 10 years old or something like that, just because that's obviously the most critical growing years and where developmental milestones are most important. And so that's the majority of our population, but we do serve some that are older than that as well. So.
Well, obviously, you went to school and to learn all this development. I mean, one of the questions people have all the time is brain development. And they say, by the time a kid's 2 years old, they've already developed about as much as they're going to develop there. Right. What is it? When can old dogs not learn new tricks?
Oh, wow. Well, I think that, as far as in regards to brain development, I mean, the brain is impacted and is malleable up to, I think, they say, I think research shows up into your early 20s is where you're really, but I think that old dogs can learn new tricks for sure. But, obviously the most important stages are early on, 5 years and younger. Obviously, the younger that you are, your brain is really firing at under 1.
I've always heard if you learn a foreign language, learn how to swim. You need to do it when you're really, really young.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, if a child's introduced to, like you said, a foreign language before age 2, the likelihood of them developing that language is so much higher. I can't remember exactly the statistics on that, but yeah, early on. It needs to be, they need to have frequent interaction. If someone in the home does speak another language, it's possible to. Yeah.
Now, somebody comes to you the first time. Now, what's the first day? Evaluation, or just talking it out, or just what goes on?
Yeah. So we come in, and like I said, it's important for us to really understand what that child is presenting, and and two, what the family's major concerns are, because we firmly believe that obviously the family is going to know that child and their needs better than anyone else. And so we really start to kind of build some rapport with the family and try to understand what their concerns and what they're seeing. And then we kind of approach it from a more scientific approach. And then that's when we do the evaluation. After the evaluation, we look, and it's all, criterion based, it's scientifically based. And so we determine through that evaluation whether or not we think that that child may benefit from our services. And then we schedule for treatment. And then again, treatment can last for years and years. It can last for weeks or months. It just depends on the need of that child. We develop a plan of care after the evaluation that highlights specifically what that child is going to work on and what the therapist is going to work on, our target goals, and then we monitor them and adjust them as need be moving forward. And like I said, as the child ages, obviously those developmental targets are going to change. Yeah.
Have you been in business long enough to see results?
Well, absolutely. I mean, I think that you're able to see results within weeks of time with some of these kids. We've been open since January, so we're still a young business. Right. But right now too, it's funny that you asked that because we just had this conversation the other day with some of the therapists in one of our meetings, and they were voicing that, I'm really starting to see this kid develop, and to see the look in their eyes and the passion that they have for doing what they're doing, it's an exciting opportunity for us, and it's really worthwhile. I'm fortunate where I think that, they say that if you do something you love, you never work a day in your life, and there's a lot of truth to that. I mean, I know that's a common saying, but I mean, there is so much truth to that. I've really enjoyed this past year. Of course, with any business, there's the ups and downs. There's
business part's the hardest part.
Right.
Dealing with children, to me, God bless anybody that can deal with children, because you got to have the patience of Job to do that.
Right.
So.
Amen. That's true. That's true. Yeah. But like I said, we're so fortunate, and the community has responded, and we are very, very appreciative for that as well.
So if somebody wants to learn more about you, stop in or give you a call, or like you said, partnersinpediatrics.com.
Yeah, partnersinpediatrictherapy.com. You can also access it through wecareky.com. What I'm trying to do, just so you know too, we're trying to take We Care into more of like a comprehensive services facility, being that we offer child care and developmental services through the pediatric therapy, and also family entertainment, where we bring in the Whispering Wheels component, And so we're trying to grow those three businesses as one, and as a one-stop shop for kids. We offer preschool services as well. So, for all that information, you can access wecareky.com, partnersinpediatrictherapy.com, and also whisperingwheels.com. And there are links on all those pages that kind of you can navigate to the other pages.
Well, I know years ago we probably gave up on a lot of children that we just didn't know what to do with, or just thought, well, there was no hope for them. But now, getting back in the mainstream of society and getting back productive child, a good happy life. I mean,
absolutely. And I'll tell you what, I've got to brag on our school systems. I don't know that a lot of people, if they understand how fortunate that we are to have two school systems that approach, two public school systems that approach the the developmental needs of these kids in the manner in which they do. I mean, they take it as serious business, and they've got excellent people that work for them. And good thing for us, we all work together because, again, it's in the best interest. It's a little bit different model what we do. They do more of a school-based model. We're more of a medical-based model, but we work together to do what's in the best interest. And again, I don't know if people understand about those that are in it and that experience it and that do have a child that needs developmental services or special needs at school. They understand it, but other ones, I'm not really sure. So we're very fortunate.
Well, that's part of what we're here to do today, is try to get the word out of what's available and what can be done. Like if you have a child, grandchild, or somebody in your family that you have a concern about, you think, well, there might be a little question, what can be done to help them? Give Lance a call, and like you said, you got a staff of professionals down there standing by.
That's right, absolutely.
So all right, We Care Daycare is where the overall, but basically we're looking at partnersinpediatrictherapy.com. And again, if I give them 3 locations, the one I'm most familiar with, obviously out on Blanford Road beside Road Country Garden, and again down by the old, I'm showing my age now. The old swimming pool.
I know,
Civil War Museum.
Right,
But it was the old swimming pool when I was growing up. So, well, Lance, we appreciate what you're doing out there. It's wonderful that you decided to come back to Bardstown to do that. That's the second best part of it. You could have done this anywhere, but you came back home.
Glad to be back home.
Well, that's great. Well, thank you for coming in and sharing this with us, and hopefully we'll get the word out and let people know what's going on, what's available, because children are the most important resource we have in our family. So anything we can do for them is not enough. So,
That's right.
So thanks for being here. Appreciate you. Lance Blanford here with Partners in Pediatric Therapy, and hopefully you'll be able to, if you need their services, they're there and available. So stick around. A lot more to come here on Channel 6 TV. We'll be right back.